Chicago, like most big cities, has its fair share of unsolved crime. And in most of these cases, somebody saw or heard something. Somebody may have seen a suspicious person, a car driving away from the scene, or simply overheard somebody talking about the case. With your help, we can put these criminals behind bars where they belong. Here in Chicago, we have too many unsolved murders. We need your help. In these cases, the police department is only as strong as the citizens that get involved. Oftentimes, all the detectives need is a tip, a start. Somebody to call in and say, I saw something. Any little information that you know can be the impetus to solve the entire case. On tonight's episode, we'll take a look at the case of Jonathan Melquiades. On July 26, 2013, Jonathan Melquiades was spending time with his sister and friends hanging out at a local popular pizza place. Out of nowhere, an unknown individual approached and fired multiple shots at the group. Here's his story.
I met Jonathan around the 8th grade because I had moved from Chicago to Cicero. He was the first person I talked to when I went to the class because nobody talks to the new student. So he talked to me, saying, hey, how's it going? What name, where I'm from. I'm new. I'm like, yeah, I'm new. So ever since that day, we picked it up through those years from 8th grade. He was a kind person. He got along with everybody. He loved to play basketball. He loved hearing music and just hanging with his friends. He was a comedian, So far for me, the best memory was when we graduated from 8th grade because he felt so happy because he always doubted himself that he was never going to do it, and I always told him, you could do it. And he did, and he graduated. That was the best moment he ever had. Talked down one time about, because he had asked me what was I going to do after high school, and I told him, oh, well, I wanted to join the Army. And he said, oh, well, why, what for? And I gave him my reasons why I wanted to. And I told him, you should come with me because out here in the streets, it's not safe, Innocent people die every day out here in the streets, and I wanted him to come the path I was going because if it's more safer actually, and then you won't be here no more. You actually leave the streets basically.
On July 26, 2013, in front of the pizzeria located at 5938 West 16th Street in Cicero, Illinois, Jonathan Melquiades and Michael Lopez were sitting in front of the pizzeria along with Jonathan's two young sisters having a conversation.
I was coming out of work. It was around 8:55 when I got out of work. I was walking across the street and I saw Jonathan too. He was with another friend of ours. We met up in front of the pizzeria. We were talking, this happened every day, it was an everyday thing because since I was working all the time, I didn't have the time to spend with him no more like we used to. So I took advantage of that time. Sometimes I would come home at 11, we would just be talking and just catching up.
At approximately 9 p.m., an unknown gunman exited the alley across the street from the friends and fired multiple rounds at them.
We were just talking, laughing. He was sitting on the floor and I was talking to him. I was staring at him, and we were just joking around about this memory we had. And next thing you know, you heard, bang, 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 like 7 shots. And then I was on the floor and I was shocked. I thought what happened, I didn't know what happened. I was just looking at the sky and I couldn't feel my left leg. I couldn't feel it. So I was like, and then when I turned to the left, I see Jonathan there, with the bullet in his head. And he wasn't moving. He was just sitting there, staring at the floor, and I was just shocked. I couldn't say anything. And then the pain came in my leg. I started screaming, so much pain.
After firing the rounds, the suspect fled southbound in the 1600 block of Austin in the East Alley, and then in an unknown direction from there. Responding officers found Jonathan Melquiades unresponsive on the sidewalk in front of the pizzeria, and Michael Lopez was laying nearby injured in his leg from his gunshot wound.
Sometimes I tell myself, why didn't you just stand up, go get him, tell him wake up, man, he's gonna be fine. Then neighbors started coming out, friends started coming out, people from the neighborhood started coming outside, and his mom came out. That's something I will never forget, was his mom's cry, because she came out crying like you never seen it before, you never seen that cry. It's a cry you can't explain. She was just holding him, and I felt helpless, I was just laying there, staring at him. I couldn't do anything.
Have you been in an accident? Have you been the victim of discrimination or had your rights violated? Have you been injured? If so, the lawyers at Hale Law would love to talk to you. We offer a free consultation. Call me, Andy Hale, 312-870-6926. 312-870-6926. I look forward to talking with you about your case.
On July 26, 2013, in front of the pizzeria located at 5938 West 16th Street in Cicero, Illinois, an unknown gunman exited the alley across the street and fired multiple rounds at them, striking Jonathan Melquiades in the head and striking Michael Lopez in the leg. This case is of great concern to the Cicero Police Department because the bullets that struck Jonathan and Michael could have also struck the two young girls that were sitting on either side of Jonathan at the time.
When they shot, but I didn't see where the bullets come from because I was staring at Jonathan. So when I fell, and I thought about it when I fell to him, like, why are they? I thought they got hit or something. No, they were inside the pizzeria because our friend, the other one, threw them inside the pizzeria with him. It's a good thing I got shot instead of them, because they're just kids. They don't know nothing. They still got a long way of life ahead of them.
This is the scene here in front of the pizzeria at 5938 West 16th Street, where Jonathan Melquiades was found with a gunshot wound to his head. And just over to the side here was where Michael Lopez was found with the gunshot wound to his leg. Mike Lopez was on his way from a grocery store down the block, about half a block, when he stopped to talk with his friend Jonathan Melquiades right here in front of the pizzeria. At that time, a suspect exited the alley across the street here, fired several rounds. There were several bullet strikes to the brick of the pizzeria, a bullet hole in the first floor window and a bullet hole in the second floor window as well.
When I got shot, honestly, when I first got shot, my first thought was, I lost my leg, because I didn't feel it, so I thought it was gone already. And then my second thought was when I went to Jonathan. And told him that he passed, but he didn't pass in that same moment. He didn't pass there. He died the next day. He was fighting still. He was still fighting for his life. And I saw him, and I was there his last 5 minutes with him before he was disconnected from the life support machine. I was with him, and I told him what I had to do. I told him everything. I loved him as a brother, and he was a brother, because this was like his second home. So. And then I wish I could have just helped him. People around the neighborhood were shocked, and what that happened that night, it changed that neighborhood, because that neighborhood is now so quiet. It's not like it used to be. You don't see kids outside no more playing. In the summer, you would think, oh, because this happened in summertime, and that day was a lot of people outside. But now this summer they happen, it's not loud or nothing. Kids are not outside no more. And a lot of people that I knew around this neighborhood, they moved out. Ever since that day, I got close with my family, real close, because, like I said, I don't want to lose another loved one. And like with Jonathan, I wish I had told him a lot of things. I never told him I loved him as a brother or nothing. And I'm sorry, I regret for not telling him that. Jonathan was a good person too. His future, he had plans for the future. And he told me that, he was gonna move to Washington. He was gonna leave from here. Move to Washington with a family member up there. He was gonna go to school. He was gonna change his life. That's what he wanted. He told me that. And he told me this the day before this happened. He told me this. And the thing is, at the funeral, when we went to the funeral, his aunt told me he didn't want to come to Washington. I told him why. That's a good opportunity for him. Because he didn't want to leave you. Because that's how close he was. I want to tell them, if you know anything, please come forward. Because what if that happened to you? Wouldn't you want justice if they killed one of your best friends or even a family member? Why do you have the reason to do this? And especially when there's innocent bystanders outside, little girls. They're afraid because they're afraid of these gangbangers, Nobody wants to talk. Nobody speaks up. But that's the thing they want from us, is they want to put fear in us. Because if you're afraid of them, then that's how they're going to have the power, But if you go overcome them, and push him off their neighborhoods, it's up to us, the people, you know? Not only the police, they do their part, but we have to do our part. Don't be scared of them. That's what they want us to be of, but we're not scared of them. We're actually stronger than them, and our mind is more powerful than their minds.
This was a warm summer evening at 9 o'clock, and we know there were people out on the street at the time. So we're asking anybody who may have seen or heard anything on that night, whether they heard gunshots or saw someone running from the scene or saw any other suspicious activity that night, please call the Cicero Police Department. You can leave a tip anonymously, or you can leave a message for myself, Detective Streska, or for my partner, Alberto Palayo, at the Cicero Police Department at 708-652-2130. Please call us and leave information that might help us identify the suspect who did the shooting. We really want to bring closure to the family in this situation, both of Michael Lopez, who got shot in the leg, and Jonathan Melquiades, who's deceased. Especially the family of Jonathan, whose sisters witnessed him killed right in front of them. They deserve the same amount of closure as anybody does.
I miss you, brother, and I love you, man. Rest in peace.
The cases you just watched remain unsolved, and we need your help. If you have any information on tonight's episode or any other cases, please give our detectives a call. We need our communities to come together so we can take back our streets and make our neighborhoods a safer place.